G'day, Peter Kibble from Hal Bowman. So, candidate review 43. So this person, it looks like a really good candidate. So UNSW Masters of Tax, CA qualified, and Bachelor of Commerce. So client manager in a national firm for the last 5 years. And then Big Four for 7 years, got promoted consistently. So this person's excellent. So Big Four trained and up until manager level, and then moved across as a client manager to this national firm. I think they've actually been promoted since they've been at that firm. So they might be a senior manager, and they've done the Masters of Tax and CA and Commerce. So this person is, they're excellent, okay? Like, they can get a job anywhere they like. Next, no. Look, if they want to move to commerce, I think they can do it. I think they can move into potentially a corporate tax role or something, mainly because they've done the Masters of Tax, but also because they're Big Four trained. So moving into commerce is possible, probably a smaller commercial business. They should, or they could get a finance manager role, I would have thought, pretty comfortably in commerce as well, and they'd probably get it in a decent business. And so the reason, you'll hear me contradict myself a little bit around this moving to commerce stuff, but the reason this person is so good or so likely to be successful in trying to get a job in commerce, if they really wanted, is Big Four trained, promoted consistently, like every couple of years, like clockwork, and then a national firm in a client manager role where they're lots of projects. They've done the Masters of Tax, they're CA qualified, they've got good looks like they've got decent academics. So there'll be a lot of people that will give this person a chance because of their career background. So really, really strong candidate. If they want to move to commerce, finance manager or a tax role, probably in a smallish business. If they want to move to a mid-tier, they can definitely do it. No worries. If they want to move to a smaller firm, I think that's possible. One of the reasons why some smaller firms won't hire people out of the Big Four and potentially out of the national firms, it's just because the mid-tiers, it's just because it's sort of the inverse of people coming from smaller firms. So in the Big Four, you're just more likely to be quite siloed in what you're doing, like everybody has a job, whereas in the smaller firms, you're more likely to get work, you're more likely to keep different pieces of work. So let's say, for example, if you're working in a business services firm, client 0 to 20 million, and one of your clients is a $10 million business, and they have a really interesting piece of tax work, or a really interesting, interesting piece of tax work. In the Big Four or a mid-tier firm, that piece of work will probably go to the tax team, not the business services team. Whereas in a smaller firm, it will stay with the team that brought in the work. So you're just more likely to get to work on a broader range of things. The other thing as well, with the Big Four, is because they have so many teams, they do have business services teams that do pretty much what a business services team would do at most firms, pretty much. But they're just more focused on a smaller piece of work, whereas people coming out of smaller firms tend to have a broader experience base, but be not as strong in specific areas. So but because this person has started in the Big Four and then moved to a smaller firm, even though it's a national firm, it is actually a smaller firm. They've already made that move, so they can work in a small firm or they can work in a big firm. I think they can work anywhere, and they'd probably, if they wanted to move to a mid-tier firm, if they want to leave their current firm, I would expect it's because of some work culture type thing. They should be able to do that pretty comfortably. There'll be plenty of national firms that will have more flexible arrangements or whatever if that's what they need. If they want a path to partnership, there'll be plenty of places that would be open to having that conversation with somebody like this. yeah, so really solid candidate. They can do whatever they want, and yeah, I would have. Yeah, it would like what advice we give them will depend heavily on exactly what they want to do in the medium term. So yeah, very good candidate. If you are interested in more specific advice for your own situation, feel free to get in contact. Always happy to speak with people, and yeah, hopefully you got something out of it. Thank you.